Hey y'all, it's Chat with Kat. Hope I look a little more rested than the last time you saw me. Whew, it's been a whirlwind of activity. But I wanted to get back to Elvis and Lisa Marie, and I'm filming in my own bedroom. That's getting kind of private, but we don't have any more furniture in this house. I've got nowhere to sit. So, y'all, I had a viewer request a song, and I'm going to get to that one, but I wanted to share this one in case you haven't heard it. It's called Sticks and Stones by Lisa Marie Presley. Again, I continue to be enthralled with her writing ability. She is, every song sounds so personal, like it's a page out of her diary. But Sticks and Stones, let's think about the connotative meaning behind sticks and stones. We all learned it as a child. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you, or words will never hurt you. That's a child's rhyme, and her song is called Sticks and Stones, about being hurt. And apparently, it does break you. So let's take a look at this. I think the Sticks and Stones reference bridges her childhood to her adulthood. This has been a lifelong issue with her. And anyway, let's take a look. So the first verse, let me get my readers on. That girl, I've seen her. I don't care for her at all. She got a silver spoon, an attitude. She got a wall. Let's stop right there. She's speaking in third person about herself. This might be what other people, the public, the tabloids, she's been under scrutiny ever since she was born. That girl, I've seen her. I don't care for her. She's got a silver spoon. Her daddy gave her a silver spoon. And she's got an attitude. Well, they may be right about that. Lisa had an edge. But you know what? I think it was a learned edge. That little hardness, I think that was learned. Because look at what she dealt with. The public scrutiny, not even about who she is, but about who she was from. Not just Elvis, Priscilla too. Priscilla has her own following, and these two absolutely gorgeous people come together and have this child who's gorgeous also. But she can't even get out from under the shadow of either parent to be judged on her own merit. Certain things are expected of this rock royalty child. Should have said this child of rock royalty. She's got an attitude. She's got a wall. If you've seen her in interviews and stuff, she's kind of closed mouth. I didn't think she was a good interview person interviewee, because she doesn't say a lot. And I think that is a learned behavior. If you say too much, it's going to come back and bite you. So she's got a wall. Why does she do this? Why is she doing that? She never smiles. It's all her fault that everything went bad. Whenever she was in the tabloids, she moved to England. I saw one tabloid where it appeared that she had put on some weight. Picking her life apart, nobody could just let her live her life. And it's because of what she was born into. If she had been born to John and Mary down on the next block, nobody would have cared. But her parents are Elvis and Priscilla, the myth of what that child should be. She never smiles. It's all her fault that everything went bad. She did have the RBF. I can relate. Resting bitch face. Most people who have lived an intense life have that. There's more things going on in your mind all the time, that you're thinking about than what's happening in the moment. And your face tends to show the intensity going on back here. It's all her fault that everything went bad. Like, is she blaming Is she thinking that people blame her for her daddy's demise? Children tend to take blame on themselves. And like I said, Sticks and Stones kind of bridges her childhood self to her adult self. And the whole first verse is speaking in third person, like what she is perceiving everyone else to be saying about her. And let me just go through that one more time without breaking it up. That girl, I've seen her. I don't care for her at all. She got a silver spoon and an attitude. She got a wall. Why does she do this? Why is she doing that? She never smiles. It's all her fault that everything went bad. That's heavy. That's heavy stuff. That's a heavy burden and responsibility for her to carry. Here's the chorus. Too bad she ain't just like her daddy. What a shame. She's got no talent on her own. It's just her name. Wow, y'all. She did have talent. Listen to these songs that we're covering. That girl could write songs, and they're brilliant because they hit people on different levels. They speak to people in different situations. They're not so narrow that it's only one audience. It speaks to a multitude, and that is brilliant songwriting. Too bad she ain't just like her daddy. Oh, what a shame. She got no talent of her own. It's just her name. She looks bad. She looks mad. Why is she saying that? Why is she so angry and so mean? I just don't understand. It must be a wonderful life to be in the Elvis legacy, to know Elvis Presley as your father. Even Priscilla, and I know there's a lot of angry people about the way Priscilla treated Lisa. I get that. But to have two famous parents and both gorgeous beyond words, and here you are, what's expected of you? And then once Elvis is gone, and we know the troubles that ensued with Priscilla, she can't win. Lisa cannot win. Why is she looks bad, every time she gained weight or lost weight or, had a pimple, whatever. She looks bad. She looks mad. She said, why is she saying that? Why is she so angry? I just don't understand. Wow. If she really felt that was the perception, she was wrong. She was wrong. I think I have been in at least 3 gatherings where Lisa made an appearance over at Graceland, and there's always people in the audience yelling, "We love you, Lisa!" And I think she had her own fan following, people who truly loved her. Wow, that's a shame. Okay, silver spoon. I don't think she's talking necessarily about wealth. It's the inheritance. She inherited the weight of this legacy, this mythical person that Elvis became. It falls on her now. How do you live up to that? You can't follow in those footsteps, but she was expected to. Let's see here. Uh, Graceland itself became a shrine. It's a museum to her father. It used to just be her home. Pilgrimages of people coming every year, twice a year. Let's see here. Elvis died, and the whole fairy tale surrounding Elvis collapses. Who's left standing? Little Lisa. Think about her song Lights Out in Memphis. Everything on my shelf is falling. Her world collapsed too. Let's see here. It sounds like she thinks, because she's speaking as a third person. It sounds like she thinks the public resents her existence, that she's a reminder of their loss. and she becomes a symbol of what could not be saved. That is a tragic way for her to perceive herself. I don't think it was true among most Elvis fans. I think we wanted to see Lisa. It was a connection to Elvis. And maybe that's a burden that we put on her. I just thought it as I said it. She was a connection to Elvis. Was that an unfair burden to put on her to be that connection? The part where she says, oh, wait a minute. I don't think I even read that part. Let me make sure I read that. Okay, I'm sorry. The chorus, I read the second verse instead of the chorus. The chorus is, you can take my place. You would do it better anyway. But you better hide your bones from all the sticks and stones so they don't break. So her chorus, she jumps back into speaking from herself. She was third person. Now she's speaking as herself. Hey, you can come take my place. You do it better anyway. Because everybody thinks they would, right? In any situation, you see lottery winners go bankrupt and ruin their lives, and you go, boy, if I had that money, it'd be a whole different story. You know, we always think we can do better. And so she says, hey, come, you can take my place. You do it better. But you better hide your bones from all the sticks and stones so they don't break. How does she know that they will break? That's her advice. You better hide so they don't break. She's been broken. That's the way I'm reading it. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. Words do break bones. Hide your bones, suggesting vulnerability, suggesting her experience in being broken. Too bad she's not like her daddy. She's always measured against Elvis. If she doesn't sound like him, then she lacks talent. And if she does sound like him, she's copying. I've heard people disrespect her for doing the duets with him, which I'm so thankful for that she did. They are beautiful. I think Elvis would have loved it. But you always have the nasty people in the world, and they just can't be pleased. You can't please all the people all the time. So people say she had no talent of her own. It's just her name. It's a no-win inheritance. If she sounds like him, she's copying. If she doesn't sound like him, she's not good enough. The proverbial rock in a hard place to be in. Let's see here. But her voice was unmistakably her own. She did not sound like her daddy. She did not live like her mother. Her voice is darker, lower register, more haunting sounded than Elvis. She was Lisa Marie. Let's talk about where it says she looks mad. You know, women who don't smile are perceived to be angry bitches in the workplace. If a woman stands up and is strong and stands up for herself or is assertive, she's called a bitch. If a man does it, a good leader. So there is that double justice there. Let's see here. The song has three different layers. The first one is the gossip of everybody else gossiping about Lisa. The middle one is the public judgment about the Presley name, the myth surrounding the Presley name and what she's expected to live up to. And then the last layer is the woman talking about herself. One last note, I noticed that she never uses the word I in this. She says, you can take my place, but she never says I. And that's a separation. And I think that she did have her public self and her private self. And that's a self-protection. So this disassociation, talking in third person and not using I, sort of underscores the protective wall that she sang about. in there. I hope you enjoyed this. Go listen to Lisa Marie Presley, Sticks and Stones from the Storm and Grace album. And I'll catch you the next time. Bye bye.